Get chickens. It will be fun. Welcome to Off the Ranch. My name is Matt, for those who do not know, and I'm king of the Demolitia. The Demolitia is anyone who watches this channel, Off the Ranch, or Demolition Ranch, or Vet Ranch. And I'm glad to have you here. You may be wondering, Matt, what do you have planned today? What are you gonna get done in this long day ahead of you? Well, you'd be wrong, because it's actually 8:09 in the PM. I'm a little wild. We actually traveled all day long. Myself and Mare, Queen of the Demolitia, we came in from Arkansas late today. We spent 4 nights, and so we just got back. And so here's the deal. We had a little death in the chicken family, I don't know, 5-6 nights ago. And so I locked the coop up while we were gone. I gave them plenty of food and water and locked it up so they couldn't roam around their run. They couldn't go out into the grassy area, and thought they'd be safe. They were not. Something got in and killed another chicken. It killed the brown one with the, had a little bit of white on the back of it. I liked that chicken. I did not care much for the white chicken, but the brown one with the white on it, that was a good chicken. I gotta figure out what's going on. I think I know how the animal got in. I think I know what kind of animal it is now. And I'm gonna go do something I have never done on YouTube and did not plan to do. I'm gonna go on a hunt tonight. And so I hadn't planned on making a video today because we got in late. But when I got home to find chicken pieces all over the chicken coop, I was like, something needs to be done. So I'm gonna go do a little hunting tonight. I have a feeling this thing will come out though when I'm not around. I just have a feeling. So I'm also gonna go buy a live trap. So right now, I'm on the hunt for a trap, and then later I'll be on the hunt for the animal. I also forgot to tell you, I had a camera going. I had the game camera out there. I set it up before I left town. It got nothing. Well, it got like a day's worth of pictures of my chickens walking around pecking the ground. So I think I either filled up the card or ran out the battery, and it only recorded the first day and not the last 3 days that we were gone. So, and I think the chicken was not killed today because it was pretty stinky. Like it ate like half the chicken and left half of it out there. It also took some eggs, like something was eating the eggs. So I think it probably happened day 2 or 3 while we were gone. Not today, not the first day. So yeah, my game camera again did not help me. Yes. That's a live trap. And let me just make myself clear, I am not hung up on getting this thing alive. I don't care if it's alive or dead, I just want it gone. If they would have sold death traps instead of live traps, I probably would have gone with the death trap. I mean, it killed 2 of my chickens, and if I let it keep going, it's gonna kill more. This thing is taking food off of my children's plates. If we don't have eggs to eat, we'll have no food to eat, my kids will starve. So I am protecting my family as any good man would. And the worst part about it is this little jaunt made me totally miss the sunset. Well, not totally, the sun's gone, but that's pretty. I like looking at the sun. Okay, back to work. We gotta get this thing done before the sun goes down because we might lose another chicken tonight. So, this cage is a little too small for what I would ideally want, but that's all they had. So we're gonna just have to try to make it work. I think it'll still be okay. The way this works is it has an opening here. You put the food down there. So the animal can walk around here, it smells the food, it sees it in the back, it walks through, and when it pushes this, it trips the door. And it falls down, and then this locks it. And so now it can't come back up. It's totally locked. So that ideally will catch our predator. Let me show you the chicken coop and show you kind of the situation. Found a dead chicken in that hole. The chickens dig these little holes. They like ruffle their feathers in them and stuff like that. So something had gone up in here, pulled the chicken out, eaten half of it, drug it out here as well, ate another half of it. I didn't eat both halves. It ate a lot of it. And That's the dead chicken right there. I don't want to go any closer. This little gruesome. That was the brown chicken that had a little white on it. Good girl, good chicken. We gotta get justice. Nothing can get through this. It has concrete buried. There's nothing dug under. But let me show you a few things I found. First and foremost, this. So the people who built this chicken coop didn't know a whole lot about building chicken coops. So they put this little thin screen up in here. It's like the plasticky screen. It's not even metal. And I was like, well, that's not gonna work. So I put some wire behind it. But something climbed up here, got up on this pot, climbed up here and was sticking its little hands through here trying to get, or maybe just teeth, trying to get in here. Now nothing big enough to kill a chicken could fit through that wire, but it tried. It's gotta be raccoon. A possum maybe would do that. A fox wouldn't. A hawk wouldn't. It's gotta be a raccoon. Raccoons are curious enough to try to get up here. You can see all this dirty stuff up here. That's from little paw prints. They were trying to get in there. Here's more little muddy paw prints. Obviously not a hawk, because something was trying to climb to get up here. Raccoon. So here actually Meredith just cleaned the chicken coop and she dumped it. So that evidence is gone. There was something trying to dig under here. It didn't get a very big hole, but you could see where it had scooped out a little bit of dirt and pulled it back. Seems like a raccoon. So how did the raccoon get in there? Because that gate was closed. I think this. There is a little passageway between here on both sides. I'd always kind of wondered if something would be able to squeeze through that. And like a domestic dog, a dozer could never get through that. But a raccoon maybe could. So when I got home today, I built a box. There used to be a gap right there where they could squeeze in through there, come right behind there, and go right into the chicken coop or into the run. So now it's all sealed. I built a box all the way around. Nothing can get through. Hopefully this little run and coop are totally predator proof now. I can't see that anything else is gonna be able to make it into here. Locked up tight. All these seams are not big enough for a predator to get through. Not one that's big enough to kill a chicken, at least. The ground floor is all solid, all concrete all the way around. We should be good. Condolences on your loss, by the way. I'm sorry, guys. I'll do better. I have the live trap set up right outside the run here. I put some cat food in a little bowl down there, as well as a chicken egg. You like chicken eggs? Come and get it, buddy. We got you a chicken egg. This could work. I didn't know if this thing's big enough for a raccoon. It's kind of small. I don't know if a raccoon will want to go in there, but it's probably a small raccoon if he was fitting through that. So I don't think it's one of those like 50-pound raccoons, just like a little 20-pounder maybe. I don't know. Time will tell. I also have something else up my sleeve. Thermal. Thermal. I can see heat in the dark. Yeah, so this is a FLIR, F-L-I-R, and this one is called the Breach, PTQ-136. This is the FLIR Breach, a handheld thermal, or it also has mounts so you can hook it to a helmet. So you can have it hooked to a helmet, walk around, see in the dark with thermal. I'm gonna make a much better video with this. I wasn't planning on showing you this yet, but I'm gonna use it tonight, so I'm gonna try it out. It also records, so I can record what it sees, and you can see that as well. This could be perfect. This could be totally perfect. So normally on Off the Ranch, I don't show you guns because YouTube's weird about guns, and I don't want to get two of my channels deleted. But I gotta show you tonight. So I brought two guns, but I'm not sure what I'll find. If it's something up close, I've got a trusty Remington 870 12 gauge. If it's something far off, I've got a gun that has a little bit of zoom on it. The problem is we're doing this at night, and thermal can't see through scope, so I cannot use this, like looking, it goes this way. I can't use this to see through my scope at night. So really I can't really shoot with this thermal, especially since I also wasn't prepared and I don't have a helmet for it yet. I wanted to get all this ready for you, but I gotta go now. So I'm gonna be looking with thermal, and then I'm gonna have some floodlights on out there, but then I also have
a couple flashlights. But I also didn't take the time, like you can like legit mount these things to the guns, but I don't have time for that either. So I've got a solution. It's perfect! A little bit of duct tape fixes everything.
It's dark now. Let's try out this thermal. Let me show you. So there's a frog over here, toad. See, you see him right there? Let's see what it looks like with thermal. So right now we're looking with just thermal. You can see this frog. I actually turned the light off so I can't see him with the naked eye. Well, I can a little bit, but I don't have a light shining on him anymore. As you can see, pretty cute little guy, little toad. But with thermal, right now, everything that's light is hot. Everything that's dark is cooler. So you can see that toad is cooler than the rocks, which just had sun on them like an hour ago. What you doing there, buddy? You can see the grass is cool. There he goes. Let's see what else. This is what it looks like with thermal at night. So all the rocks in the yard are still really warm because the sun was shining on them not too long ago. So they're shining white. You actually can change this too. You can make it to where hot is black. You can make it to where hot is red. I'll show you that in a minute. But this is what it looks like. Pretty cool, actually. You can see the sky, barely any light. When you come down here, everything's dark. I can't hardly see anything. 10 feet in front of me, I can't see it. But with thermal, I can see everything. I see all the way across my yard. Let's go look at the pasture. So here's my pasture. You can see the chicken coop there, but barely. And you really can't make out much other than that. The camera also, it's easier to see on the camera than it is in real life because the camera really is good at brightening up stuff. Now let's look at thermal. And you can see way out there, there's a little bit of light. That's my berm out there at the end of the pasture. Had a lot of sun, so it's still warm. The chicken coop's still warm because of the sun, so it's bright. Everything else is dark. That dark thing right there next to the chicken coop is the trash can lid, so it's super thin, so it loses heat very quickly. So let's see what the chickens look like at night. Pretty freaky, huh? So you can see that their heads are brighter, their feet are brighter because they're not covered with feathers. So they're emitting more heat. And so I'm going to change this so you can see what it looks like when it's not showing white hot. So let's go to black hot. So you can see a much different look there. What is really cool, the one I really like, I mean you can do all these, they're all different, but what I really like is the outdoor alert. So it shows the hot stuff as bright red and orange and everything else as black and white. Makes it really easy to see if there's an animal in a field. Kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at there. Night-night chickens. Stay safe. Okay, so literally as I'm sitting here next to the chicken coop, I look around and there is a deer right there next to me. This outdoor alert's not working super well because the sky is emitting a lot of radiation, so it's picking up on that instead of the deer. I'm going to switch it over to probably white hot, I think would be best. And I am probably, I mean, he can hear me talking right now. I'm like 40 yards from that deer, but he doesn't think I can see him, and so he's not worried. I actually walked out the other day on a group of deer and got like 25 yards from him, and they all just stayed there laying down because they think they're invisible. When they are normally, like normally you'd walk right past these deer and they never notice. And during the day, this deer would never be this close to me because he knows that I can see him and he gets scared. Right now, he feels totally invincible. He has no clue that we're sitting here watching him now. Pretty neat. Turned on the arena lights. That used to be a horse arena out there, and we kind of tore it up because I don't have any plans on using a horse arena. That one's pointed straight at me, but look how, I don't even need night vision or thermal with this thing. So I mowed a little path next to the chicken coop so that I could see something coming across, because I assume it'll come from over on that side. There's a lot of like thick, tall grass there, and that's where it was trying to dig in on that side of the cage. So that's what I assume. And I have like a sweet line of sight down there. Should be able to use this thing handily. But I mean, you can see this camera adjusts so well. So like, you can see the difference there. And then when it turns off, it adjusts. It does not look this good in real life. It is not this easy to see. This camera makes it super easy. I'm using the thermal just to scan. It can't really see through thick stuff, but I can kind of see through the grass. So if something was coming up, I think I'd be able to see it coming. And once it comes through the grass and is in that little clearing, I should be able to take a shot at it. Don't know. Just kind of sitting here, just chilling, just seeing if I see anything. And honestly, playing with thermals, pretty sweet. So I'm quite enjoying myself, even if nothing shows up. This is pretty sweet. I've never actually had any experience with thermal besides this scope. So this is all new to me, and I have learned a ton about it, which I want to tell you everything, but I'm going to wait till I get a little better. I want to learn some of the science behind it and give you like a real, like in-depth, comprehensive review of not only just this scope, but all thermal. Like, it's just kind of teach you about it, because it's actually really interesting. The science behind it, really, really cool. When I first turned it on, it blew my mind. I was like, this doesn't make sense. How can I see heat? And I know now how I can see it, and I want to tell you, but not today. We have a different mission today. Okay, I'm calling it. I've been sitting out here in the dark for 2 hours. Nothing. Not a thing. So maybe it'll come back tonight. Maybe it won't. But it's time for me to go to bed. So you like eating chickens, do ya? Oh man. We should have just got 2 ladders, but I'm into it. It felt good.